Welcome back, everybody. Another exciting episode of Mobile Service Monday, and we have a room full of guests with us today. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Jeremy Stevens, Remote Operations Director with Sherwood Ford Lincoln, and some special guests. First is Damon Egan from Sherwood Ford up in chilly Canada. Damon, welcome to the show, and who do you have with us?
All right, thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it. Today, I brought the rest of our crew. Cody Cooper, who is a mobile service innovator in Canada. Blair Martin, who is now our mobile service coordinator. And all around Christmassy good egg.
He came ready for Christmas. That's for
Absolutely.
sure.
You know what, Dave? This is our first out of the country guest. So congratulations. Our first.
Well, we're just trying to be like the Beaux-Arts of Canada, Jeremy. We want to be number one in everything that we do. So there's one of you. There's three of us.
I'm excited to talk about it because I know when did y'all come down to Beaux-Arts? Was it 2 years ago?
No,
it was last February.
Yeah, it was
last
a year
February.
ago.
Okay.
Hey, that was a good choice to get out of Canada in February and go to Florida.
Yeah, so much now that my wife says, "So are we going to Florida again this February?"
Yeah. Dave, they were in shorts and t-shirts out here, and I also had 5 layers on, and it's like, oh, this is warm for us.
Yeah, you guys were wearing Parkers and gloves.
Yes, we were in the pool and in the ocean in February, and Jeremy's laughing at us. It was a good time, that's for sure.
That's excellent. It's a fun place to visit down there. That being Beaux-Arts, not Florida, just Beaux-Arts.
That complex is like its own city, and it is a true testament to the culture on what the team brings to the entity and what they do for their people. And it was a real eye-opener when Cody and I had the opportunity to work there for a week and see just how that place runs on such a grand scale. We think that we're a pretty big deal here in Canada with, the 47 technicians that we have in the 52 bays, and we were dwarfed by the sheer size of what they do, and we really got a good blueprint to emulate off of.
Yeah, it's quite the operation, and it strikes you when you walk around, like, as big as it is, everybody knows everybody, right? Mm-hmm. Like, everybody's on a first name basis as you walk around there, and usually you lose that as an organization gets that big.
Absolutely, and I think one of the big things that we've noticed and we've really tried to emulate here is that everybody, and it doesn't matter if you're talking to the cleaner or you're talking to the general manager, or you're talking to the president, everybody is singing off the same song sheet.
Yeah,
everybody was super helpful. I actually still have my B-top bracelet I found in my desk today.
Oh, do you?
There you go.
That's awesome.
I like wearing that bracelet. I have to take it off because when I'm recording, I tap it on the desk, and it makes annoying noises in the microphone that people don't like.
So Cody, this is what Ed gave us this year. I don't know if it's going to zoom in or not, but it's a B-top coin now.
Oh, nice.
Well, we can get down there to get our coin.
Yeah, y'all have to come down, and I'm pretty sure Ed's got some more laying around. He's always got extras.
Probably go right from NADA over to Florida.
That's true.
Yeah, that's we are going to all be there, I think, in Vegas for NADA this year.
Excellent. Good stuff. Well, we will definitely be catching up. Fixed Ops Mastermind will be there doing interviews throughout the hall, so we will definitely find you and catch up. And so today we're here to talk about mobile service, though, right? So let's see what's going on in the world of mobile service. Every week we talk with Jeremy, and usually it's people who are in warmer climates that are doing mobile service. You guys are far from a warm climate, so let's talk about the fact that mobile service does not need to be contained to just where the weather's nice all the time. So Damon, how'd you get started, and where are you guys now?
Well, I mean, we started with the program. We were one of the first in Canada to start the mobile service program. Unfortunately, in Canada, we're usually a year or 18 months behind what goes on in the States. So they test it out on you guys first and see if it works, and then they bring it up here very, very slowly. So we were one of the first people to jump on board, and let's just say the mothership gave us a package of Lego with no instructions that said, "Here, go figure it out in a cold climate." And I think that we've done an admirable job. We knew that we had something that could work. We knew that there was a business case for it. And even though all the doubters and all the haters said, "No, there isn't. It's too expensive. It won't work in the climate," we found a way to make it work, and we've been number one in Canada since the inception. And that's a testament not only to our philosophy, but to the entire team. And as we've transitioned people in and out of different roles and brought new people in, again, using the Bozart euphemism, we're all singing off the same song sheet, and we know what needs to be done and how we do it. On a day like that we're recording today, where we've got a foot of snow and it's 3 degrees outside, our van is out doing business.
There you go.
You got to explain that a little bit more. Now, what kind of business are y'all doing with a foot of snow? Because that's like, we have to work in the rain and pouring down rain, but not the snow.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let these two guys answer that question, because I'm just the director of the play. These are the stars.
So first things first, we had to put an extra heater in the van. We'll just go right out and say that.
Yeah.
So we spent a bunch of money, put a different heater in the van. Otherwise, everything would be frozen solid. So we did that. You just got to change up what you're doing. Maybe less maintenance and oils and stuff, more some computer diags, some software updates and whatnot. Blair's actually the guy who's got them out right now. So,
well, this morning we navigated knowing that the snowfall was hitting. So he's actually working in a heated shop for a couple of different stops. So he had this morning where he went from place to place on site, but in their facility and doing his repairs remotely. I think we did a door handle and an actuator and that sort of thing, but like in a warm weather environment. Right now, I don't think he's booked this afternoon, but he's currently loading up, I think 6 or 7 batteries, where he's going out to a fleet clients tomorrow morning to get a lot of no starts going. So today was a more comfortable day than tomorrow was going to be for him, but we're definitely keeping him busy.
That's awesome, Dave. I love that story, because some of the people I talk to across the country, they have so many different excuses of why they can't do this, that, and everything. Yeah. And it's like, I love it how you just modify it. And it's as easy as that. It's like, well, let's modify it and keep it rolling. So I love that. So that's a great job.
Well, we actually stole that from you. I mean, we love the term R&D here, which is not research and development. It's rip off and duplicate. Jeremy, you guys do all kinds of different things with your vans. So when Cody came to me and said, "Hey, we need to put this extra heater in, and we've got to do this, and we got to do this, and we got to rip this shelf out and do this," go ahead. And it's worked for us. I mean, we talked to a number of different dealers in the northern U.S., from New Jersey and Minnesota, Chicago, Montana, and they told us all the same thing. We shut our van down when it gets cold. We use ours like AAA, because we get a lot of calls from people that say, my car won't start, and it's 72 hours before AAA can come and boost me. Great. For the low price of $19.95, I will have our van come out and boost your vehicle and get you back on the road.
Yeah, and it's all plus business, right? Like all those batteries tomorrow, those would have been, they wouldn't have been calling you to do that, because they would have said, well, they're not going to come here and put a battery in my truck. And now that's all plus business.
The fleet customer is going to see tomorrow. Actually, he has a specific day designed for every Tuesday morning. He's coming out to see that particular fleet. So they basically just make their list of what needs to get done. Tuesday sends a shopping list on, I guess, Tuesdays and Thursdays, sends a shopping list the day before, and then Kurt will come out there and be ready to go with whatever's on the hit list.
That's excellent. Does that happen with your fleet customers, Jeremy? Are they sending repairs that need to be done to you?
Oh yeah. It's pretty amazing how much opportunities out there. But it's just you run across especially the fleet customers. It's like some of the time we're doing a lot of stuff that what you're doing is we probably got 3 or 4 customers that we just spend the whole day with them because there's that much work, and we just kind of hang out with their guys. And then we got fleet customers that have a shop and they can't get to it all because, they can't hire technicians and they want their guy working on the heavy stuff. So we take all the light end stuff from them. So many different opportunities out there.
Well, there absolutely is. And I think that one of the great things about mobile services is it allows you to tailor your approach to what your customer needs. Now, one of the things, and I think Blair can attest to this a little bit more than I can, but he brought this idea to me and said, hey, we've got this really good fleet customer that needs us there between the hours of 11 at night and 6 a.m. because that's when they're not busy. And he put the program in place, and now we're doing nights with it. So this thing's rolling 24 hours a day. But Blair, you probably got some more insight to this.
Yeah, so it's kind of just a pilot project for now. But during Christmas season and delivering packages is the big thing. That the vans can't be down during the day. So we've scheduled our mobile van accordingly to 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. He takes the next day off work, but we find in that window where he's willing to go out there and have all the vans lined up, everything hits the road, no downtime, and honestly, the van probably bills twice as much time because everything is just flowing and pushing through, right? So that's the foot in the right direction to getting a second person on that van. So then we can start cycling that van between 2 drivers. So that's our next plan of growth for 2026.
That's cool.
Excellent. Jeremy, you guys are doing some night service or not?
So every once in a while, we kind of have some special projects that we'll do night service. Every once in a while, we have a stagger, like a second shift that we hit some counties when the second shift sheriffs come in. So we have some guys that'll stay out till 6 or 7 o'clock to hit that. And we're working on one now that we're same scenario that we don't know if we got the bid or not, but it's going to be more of a night shift kind of possibility for us. And we already got some guys just willing to do that for us.
Now, Jeremy, you guys make fun of us because of the cold weather and all the snow. But one thing that we definitely can use to our advantage in the summertime is I don't know if you've ever been up here, but it stays light out till about 1 o'clock in the morning.
That changes the game right there.
Yeah, that's nice.
And we get a nice shot of the Northern Lights too. Don't worry, guys. There's no moose or anything walking down the road or anything, and we're not all living in igloos.
That's right. It is funny when you think of Canada. It's like everybody has a little different views on it. Because I know when Cody was here, he was talking about, we had to add a shelf here to put overalls and all that. And I was like, what?
You gotta have winter gear. You gotta have a separate. It takes up a lot of space because it's thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need it. You need it. So let's talk about the weather a little bit more. What percentage of the year is it really prohibitive to be able to make mobile service work?
6 months.
So just a little bit.
Yeah, we've got 2 seasons here. Really hot summer, really cold winter. End of it.
All right.
It's usually, we'll get a couple of weeks in February where it's -40, -45.
Oh.
But now, we usually start to get snow in October around Halloween. And then it'll stay wintry till March, which again, good getaway to get to Florida.
Yeah.
So usually January, February is kind of the really cold time. Then we start to pull out of it. But we've got to, rethink how we do and what we do with the van and what we could. Obviously, we're not going to be doing hard plastic special order parts and doing that kind of stuff or doing intricate things with plastics that can freeze. But if we've got a warm shop or a warm garage that we can get into and work through, then we'll do whatever's needed.
That's cool.
That's
That
good
with
stuff.
Program recalls,
Right.
like Ford, right? Like there's a big opportunity with that sort of stuff to make it convenient for the customer. Like they don't have to come to the dealership for this thing that takes half an hour.
Yeah.
We can just go to him and we get that, and then Ford pays us.
That's
Excellent.
cool, especially in those times. It's like, man, that'll be a good time to knock on doors and try to generate some more fleet business on that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is because I'm probably the newest person to the room when it comes to mobile service, and maybe 4 months ago I was probably definitely on the other side of the fence saying it wouldn't be profitable, and then I got tasked to help grow it, and one of the things that I've learned more is making the van profitable and making profit out of the van is only one facet of the business. But if you're the person that's sending the van, there's a retention aspect there for those fleets and those companies and those customers that I never really thought about, that makes you their one stop for other stuff. So it almost puts a captive hook in those clients that they're going to come to you for the other things that don't get done mobily, which is an aspect, a whole other benefit of it that over and above what the van does on a day-to-day.
Or we take those low dollar amount work orders that would tie up big dollar guys in the shop, and they can keep on the big work in the shop, and mobile can take care of the smaller, the diags, the little recall replacements, all that sort of stuff.
And then ship that to the shop on a platter for the bigger work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, y'all were singing our songs, because it's like y'all get it. That's
where we learned it from, Jeremy. When Cody and I were down there a year ago, that's exactly what you told us. Leave the small stuff out in the field and leave the big stuff in the shop. And when we saw your shop, and you've got 114 bays, and you're booked out very minimally, and us here at 52 bays, and we're same day next day, because we're getting a lot of that small stuff out of the shop and having mobile service do it, like the programming, like the small repairs, and keeping it out of the shop. It's made our business a lot more profitable, and as Blair said, it's made the van not just a profit center, but actually an extension of the customer service that we provide here at the dealership.
It's a retention tool.
Yeah, and I like how Damon did that. You said I don't believe mobile service can make money, and he said good, because you're in charge of it. So make it work.
To give the backstory of Blair, he came from another dealer in town, and he was there for a number of years, and they said, no, mobile service will never work. It's not good. It's not profitable. And I think we've converted them. Maybe.
I think we did. I read his email that he sent out, and I was like, holy cow. I was like, this guy's on it. Love it.
Trip to Florida and one of those beads that you guys were showing.
All right.
Talking about the numbers, Dave, it's almost, you could almost reverse the numbers, that you take all the vehicles out of the shop that you do mobily, and do the math in your main shop, and you can figure out the value that it will increase your main shop with, those bigger jobs that Cody was talking about. It's like, that would be an interesting number to see.
Yeah.
Well,
it would be great to be able to actually calculate the interruption cost that you eliminated from having to interrupt your techs doing work to do work that mobile service ended up taking.
Well, since we've taken a lot of those 0.3 recalls out of the shop, we've actually seen our hours per hour this month go from about 3.8 to 4.62 this month.
Holy smokes.
Wow. That's amazing. So that's a half hour swing, right? It's 0.8, but it's 0.3 recall that you took out, and you've increased almost 0.8. So that's a half hour swing, but from interruption cost, if you want to calculate it that way. That's amazing.
Like, again, we just got to have the right people doing the right jobs. And if we can have a good solid tech, not have to do 0.3 recalls and lose money on them, because they got to go search in the parking lot. They got to brush the vehicle off from the snow. They got to bring it in. They got to wait for it to warm up. They got all these things. So it's not even just, the half hour or the 0.3. And now we're talking about a lot more, because there's a lot more involved in this.
Yeah. And plus, it takes the technician off. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Because the advisor says, hey, this is the last time I'm going to stop you doing this job that I told you needs to go today. But one more time, can you do this?
Well, it's funny that you say that, Jeremy, because we were actually having this conversation today about mindset and about the defeatist mindset of a technician and how we can avoid that. With us moving kind of the management dynamic around here, you're now looking at a three-headed monster instead of one person at the top and then underlings. Everybody's kind of got their own superpowers in how we run our management team here now. Mindset's a very, very big thing, and we've got the right people in the right spot to make sure that everybody has that positive mindset, even when we have challenges.
Excellent. All right, and quick break here. We got to thank our sponsor for sponsoring Mobile Service Monday every week. Spiffy is the only full-stack mobile service platform. Spiffy equips dealers to rapidly launch and scale mobile service with software, vans, devices, and training, all backed by 4 million plus services and 10 years of real-world results. Thank you to the entire team at Spiffy for keeping this show running every single week, as well as thousands of mobile programs around the world. So, right. How about we talk, Jeremy? Do you have something on a point before I move on?
I was just thinking, it's like we threw you off your game because usually you do that at the beginning of the episode. So now.
It is true. I missed it. You guys were talking too much. I couldn't interrupt to get it in there.
Yeah, we hadn't seen each other in a year, so we had to catch up.
That's right. Exactly.
All right. So I was going to move on to CSI, and let's talk about the implications of CSI and mobile service. I know, Jeremy, we've talked extensively about this and how much of a big bump that it gets. Are you guys seeing the same thing up there?
Not yet, but we will. As far as that goes, there's a few challenges that still have to be kind of ironed out, but I definitely believe that it's going to aid with improving those scores and helping out. Like Damon said, it's a customer service tool through and through, and it definitely makes people have a more convenient service. So going to them definitely makes things easier. As far as that reflecting in the score, let's have that conversation in about 2 months, perhaps in Florida. And I'll be able to kind of enlighten a little bit more on that.
Really pushing that, eh? We do use the mobile van as kind of as a savior at times. We'll have like a bad survey come in and they have some sort of issue. If we can send Kurt out to them, send the van to them to fix it, we will every time. Because again, convenience, customer doesn't have to go out of their way for something we did, so we can fix it on their time without any interruptions.
I think one of the biggest things here that we've got to look at is and this is Canada as a whole. Jeremy, you've got more mobile service vehicles in your fleet than the entire country of Canada has.
Oh,
and that's no joke. That's real. That's real. There are 24 fully equipped vans in Canada. That's it. And included in that, Ford Canada made a program where you could have an Escape as your mobile service vehicle rather than putting up all the money for the big van. But you're still ahead of the entire country. So everybody in Canada, all 42 million of us, are now chasing you, Jeremy.
You know what? I would look at that as inspiration. That means my market share has just increased.
Well, and that's what we look at. So we looked at your model of what you do with your fleet and the markets that you penetrate into, and we look at doing the same thing. Is that how can we evolve this business model as not just an extension of the shop or an extension of our customer service of what we do, but to actually infiltrate into other markets. Now, again, I'm not talking about playing dirty and different PMAs and that kind of stuff. But where's there a real need for this, and where can we benefit the customer the most that most stores won't do it?
Yeah, and that's exactly right, because some dealerships are not doing a good job taking care of their customers anyway. So it kind of tees you up to take care of that customer, because Ford's going to lose them anyway at that point if that dealership's not taking care of them.
Right.
Well, and we saw this exact same thing happen during COVID when nobody wanted to come to the dealerships or nobody could. So we had to come up with a more ingenious way of doing it. And we all started pick up and drop off valet service. Well, there were some that adopted and some that were rapid adopters. And then there were some dealerships that didn't want to get into that market space and didn't want to evolve into that. And we ended up eating their lunch, and we took more market share out of the entire city that we're in, where there are 7 other stores within 25 minutes of us.
Yeah. If Jeremy, just if Ed watches this episode, he now is going to expect that you can service 42 million people since you have more vans than
Yeah, we're gonna. That's a good thing about editing video, right?
I'm going to text him.
Yeah, I was just checking. I don't think he's here at the dealership right now, so I'm safe.
Good call. Good call.